Hey, it's Hiker Dude Dad. We are at Kings Gap Environmental Education Center. This is a Pennsylvania state park. It's one of 3 environmental education centers in the state parks that have that designation. Not sure quite what county we're in right now. I missed checking that out. I'll put it here at the bottom though. But we're on 2,500 acres of forest on South Mountain. So we drove up from Mont Alto, passed through Caledonia, through Pine Grove, Furnace, and now we're here at Kings Gap. I am already kind of ditching my plan and doing something different. I saw something called the Scenic View Trail, so I'm going to take that. Looks like maybe a 2-mile jaunt here down this very nice trail. Pine needles and lots of growth here. New growth forest here on this part of South Mountain. A lot of charcoal cutting and burning. All the charcoal and iron furnace activity was in the 1800s there. There were 9 iron furnaces in the Kings Gap area here. No one knows why it's called Kings Gap, but it is. There's some blazes and we'll see where it takes us. So we're gonna go on the Buck Ridge Trail here for a while. I think that turns off then, and we will still continue on the Scenic View Trail. And everything is green. It's May 24th. Everything is green. My allergies are in full blow up mode. But I just like being outside. I don't know. I want to scrape my face off from the inside, but I don't know. Who wants to sit inside a day like this? So these markers are found at any trail junction here, and they make it really easy to follow the trails. There's not a lot of blazes, but you know, Buck Ridge is going that way. Our Scenic View Trail is this way, so we'll stay on that. And it shouldn't be too long until we're there, which is good because I hear bees. All right, so after a nice little climb, get to our Scenic Vista overlook. Got some benches here, and well, there we go. Looking out over the Cumberland Valley. And into some farmland in that gap there. I'll zoom in a second here. Just layers and layers of mountains back there. It's a little hazy today, a little bit humid, but just layers of ridges. All right, so I'm leaving the scenic overlook, and I'm going to retrace my steps and go back to where I think where the Buck Ridge Trail split off. And I'm going to take that kind of shortcut back to the Cameron Mansion up on top of South Mountain here. There's definitely a bunch of historical buildings up there, and they probably have a great view. So I want to head up there and check those out. All right, so back at this intersection, we came back Scenic Vista Trail. There's a sign over there for the Buck Ridge Trail. Scenic Vista Trail. This is where I need to go. On the map, it's designated as the Black Gum Trail, G-U-M. So this should be about a mile over towards the mansion area, so we can see some of these old buildings and maybe get a good view from the top of South Mountain. So these woods are very alive right now. There are things scurrying all over the place. I've got my eyes out for squirrels, chipmunks, looking for snakes. A lot of birds are actually down on the ground in the brush here, making noise, and so quiet and peaceful here that everything sounds a little bigger than it is, so it startled me a couple times. Embarrassing to say, but you're across this road here. Yeah, so this was late 70s, dedicated as the third environmental education center in Pennsylvania. So it joined Knoll Day State Forest and Jennings Environmental Education Center. So they have a lot of programs here, a lot of education programs here. They have a permanent orienteering course, picnicking, hunting, a lot of recreational opportunities. First little stream that we've crossed here. So we'll get into the history a little bit and find out how it became that way pretty soon, as long as I try and take the right path here. So environmental education here. First and foremost, this is their building. Gonna go check that out. But got like a little butterfly garden here. Just got buzzed by a big bee. And this is a water tower from back in the day. Brick structure with a wooden water tower on top. It's still in use, still serving the buildings up here. So this is about as close as you can get to this very drippy water tower. The tower itself is, or the reservoir itself is wood. But it sounds like it's raining over here. Hitting the concrete base of this thing. Yeah, it sounds like it's raining here, but basically near the turn of the century, James McCormick Cameron, he was a member of the politically prominent Cameron family of Harrisburg. It's a major north-south artery just to the east of Harrisburg, part of the city, called Cameron Street. He used to work down there. And yeah, they around 1908, James Cameron, yeah, not the director, James McCormick Cameron, not the Avatar dude. Olden times, James Cameron came here and erected the mansion, which we'll get over towards here. So the only remaining structures from their estate are that water tower. There's a carriage house, a small generator building. This is the stone-walled mansion garden. The caretaker's house is still up, but that is currently a private residence. And there's an ice house where ice was hauled over from the lakes at Pine Grove Furnace every winter to keep stuff cold. Yeah, I guess we can go in. Not even latched, so. So the mansion is back in here. And we'll get over there, but man, this is great. This is peaceful. We're here. There's an herb garden here right in front of us. Okay, I can exit over here, go to the mansion. Shade garden, big trees back there. Composting demonstration over there. A little pond back here. A shrub border. Let's go check out the pond. Opposite side of the pond here, guys, a little closer to the water tower. Yeah, very leaky. That supplies the water to this area. Judging by the path here, it looks like it provides water to the pond, which is right over there. Alright, so here's the mansion. Built completely out of reinforced concrete, steel reinforced concrete on the inside. Antietam quartzite mined nearby. There is a trail here that goes to the place where it was mined. But Cameron built the place out of this quartzite and steel reinforced concrete because back in the day, bad forestry practices, wildfire was a real threat. Forest fires all the time. Now we have better forestry practices that they can, you know, have controlled burns and all that kind of stuff. But looks like a modern addition here on the end of it. Wow, not a bad looking back porch. Oh man, what a view. Yes, and they actually have a map to tell us what's what here. So I'm going to try and describe what I'm seeing out here. All right, so our elevation here on South Mountain is 1,280 feet. We're standing 650 feet above the valley floor. This mountain is 600 million years old and marks the southern terminus of northern terminus, I guess, of the Blue Ridge Mountains. Yeah, to the north is a much younger Blue Mountain. So the big ridge across the back, and it's, apologize, very hazy. I need to zoom out. Yeah, so the top Blue Ridge there is Blue Mountain, and down in front of it is the Cumberland Valley. We're looking north right now, so straight out that way. Okay, you can kind of see maybe if I add a filter here we'll get a little better contrast, but I can kind of see from here with my eye Doubling Gap, where Colonel Denning State Park is. That's about 15 miles away. The mountains kind of double over each other there, right in the middle. Yeah, not much else to see except out that way further than we can see is Shippensburg. And up this way is Carlisle. Wagoner's Gap is out there somewhere. I think it's behind those trees. And somewhere in here somewhere is the Blue Mountain Tunnel, or the PA Turnpike. I know when I went to school at Shippensburg, if we'd hop on the turnpike there at Blue Mountain and go west, it was like a mile until you hit that tunnel. And then there were about four or five other tunnels on the way out to Pittsburgh. Oh, this is awesome. Zoom out here, try and get a view here of this mansion. I neglected to talk about the ivy on the other side of the building is awesome. I love the colors. Colors of the stone with the dark green paint are phenomenal. This place is awesome. I wonder if I can go inside. I saw people in there. There's probably some kinds of offices or something. I don't know. I'll see what the deal is. Okay, so this stone building is the little generator house that still exists. And behind me, the carriage house. Everything done in the same stone and green as the mansion. Seems to be the yard work headquarters, caretakers, lawnmower guy I've seen a couple times here now. Seems to be their headquarters. And then this is probably the other house that's left that is private property now, I'd wager. That's great with the brick and ivy. Yeah, not bad. A lot of stuff to do here at Kings Gap. Bring the kids. Like, this is great, easy hikes, well-maintained trails. The Environmental Education Center, I did go in. It's kind of like a gift shop in the front, and then has a room, like almost a classroom. They had microscopes, they had all kinds of stuff in there. There's a butterfly garden behind it. The mansion with the garden, everything is like really well done here. So great family trip. Yeah, and I think this was my 37th state park now out of 121. So right now I am off to Gifford Pinchot State Park. I think I'm going to try and get a short hike in today, stay the night, and then try and do the 8-mile lake loop in the morning. So thank you for watching. If you like what I'm doing, please subscribe, tell a friend. We'll see you next time.